Hello everyone, welcome to MVP Vishwakosha. Today we are discussing 30 July 2025 current affairs. In that first point, that is about recent pralaymissile test of Odisha. Latest development that pralaymissile test, the Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO) conducted back-to-back flight test and indigenously developed a Pralay tactical missile from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island of Odisha coast. These tests were part of user evaluation trials to validate the missile's minimum and maximum range performance, and the missile strictly followed the planned quasi-ballistic trajectory and exhibited pinpoint accuracy in reaching the target areas, and also all subsystems operated flawlessly as confirmed by the range sensors and telemetry across sea-based platforms. And also at one of the trials, the missile demonstrated its ability to evade interception through mid-air trajectory maneuvers, and also among its key features highlighted a 5-ton solid propellant missile capable of radar evasion and truck mobility via the canistrated launcher system. Okay, very important that some pralay missile, that some quick that is about fact. Okay, it is a type is short range tactical quasi ballistic missile, range 150 to 500 kilometer. Okay, warhead payload is up to 500 to 1000 kg, and also there will be good guidance and accuracy will be there, and also mobility and launch by that mobile launcher 12 into 12 tel truck. Okay, that is trajectory is quasi ballistic, and also development by designed by research Emirat Hyderabad multi DRDO labs plus partner industry MSME. Very important for conventional strike capability and all, and also defense capability and strategic deterrence, and also technical edge in missile warfare, the missile radar evading, and role of integrated rocket force. Pralay is poised to join other conventional systems like nearby BrahMos and Pinaka under the India's planned integrated rocket force. And also exam perspective, it is very important. That is Pralay missile test in Odisha. Next point, that is about recent news, that is about Operation Shivashakthi. That is Operation Shivashakthi is an Indian security force launched Operation Shivashakthi in Poonch district, Jammu and Kashmir, following suspicious infiltration attempt across the line of control. The operation neutralized two terrorists and recovered a weapon, and also averting a potential security threat, and also a coordinated effort involving the Indian Army, Jammu Kashmir Police, and intelligence agency executed a rapid response based on real-time input from the White Knight Corps, and also both terrorists were associated with Lashkar-e-Taiba, and 3 weapons were seized, indicating imminent threat to intention had infiltration and also succeeded. Okay, very important. That was for that is internal security purpose. This issue is very important. That is Operation Shivashakti, and also demonstrate India's vigilant anti-infiltration protocols along the sensitive LOC, and also illustrates synergy among army, police, and intelligence in the swift tactical operations, and also highlights preventive security posture against proxy terrorism in border region. And also recent in May, right, Operation Kellar, all that same way. This Operation Shivashakti and all. Okay, mainly in this recent operations, all the operations are very important. That is about Operation Shivashakti. Next news, that is about 5-year completion of new that is national that is education policy. Okay, that is our new education policy that is actually launched 2020. Okay, that is the 5-year milestone. That is NEP 2020. It was celebrated, reflecting momentous stride in Indian education reforms. Okay, so this foundational in school education, this NEP restructured school education. Okay, that is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 curricular model for ages 3 to 8. Okay, and also this national education policy, that over 4.2 crore students in nearly 8.9 lakh schools have benefited under that national education policy. Okay, and also under the Nipun Bharat and Vidya Pravesh program focusing on foundational literacy and numeracy, and also ASER 2024 indicates a rise from 16.3% to 23.4% of class 3 student now reading grade 2 level text. And also coming to digital and technological integration, nearly 72% of schools now have internet access. Platforms like Diksha, PM eVidya, Jyoti Pitara, and AI bots enable inclusive teaching. And also coming to higher education reforms, introduction of 4 years undergraduate programs, and also multiple entry exit operations and academic bank for credits. And also that in university level also flexibility in subject selection, research funding increased GER with enrollment ratio and all. Okay, and also equity in inclusion, that is PM Shri scheme, and disability screening tools. Okay, all that you should know. And some implementation challenges there, that despite lofty goals, only 48% of class 3 students meet expected reading levels, and also government education expenditure fell at just 2.9% of our GDP. Okay, versus actually target is 6% according to this national education policy. The target is 6%, but current it is 2.9%. Delayed also delayed rollout of mother tongue instruction and critical higher education reforms remain slow, and also resistance from states like Kerala and West Bengal over 3 language formula and central control. These are some issues and some critical observation from expert and all. Okay. This is about the 5 years completion of National Education Policy 2020. Next about International Tiger Day 2025. Very important that that is International Tiger Day, also known as Global Tiger Day, is observed annually on 29th July, established at the 2010 St. Petersburg Tiger Summit, where tiger range countries committed to doubling tiger numbers by 2022. Its main aim is to raise the global awareness for tiger conservation, promote habitat protection, and curb illegal trade and human wildlife conflict. And also in India and International Tiger Day, there is key development, that is India joined 12 other tiger range nations in marking the day, underscoring global conservation efforts. Threats like habitat loss, poaching, and rising human-tiger conflict. India has doubled its tiger population over the past decade, building the efforts initiated under the Project Tiger 1973 and management by the NTCA. Okay, National Tiger Conservation Authority. It remains home to nearly 75% of global wild tigers. Okay. Some on-ground actions, you can take the example Uttarakhand governments. Okay, and also conservation of artisans across India came together to spotlight threats to the Royal Bengal tigers, and Maharashtra as the documentary, and Uttar Pradesh the M strips monitoring system improved tiger numbers. And some conservation challenges will be there, right? All that we have to see. Okay, exam perspective, this International Tiger Day is very important. Next about recent news, that is Prasad Prehar Temple. Okay, that is actually that is Previhar Temple, that is a Hindu shrine dedicated to Lord Shiva, is preached at Dangrek Mountains on the Thailand-Cambodia border. Okay, despite ICJ ruling 1962, the reaffirmed in 2011 affirming Cambodia's ownership. Dispute over surrounding land remain unresolved. So some recent issue that military clashes along the border, right? Particularly near the Tamyon Tom regenerated tension between Thailand and Cambodia. The confirmation involved landmines blast, small arms fires, and airstrikes, leading to at least 11 civilian deaths and closure of portion of the shared border. So both sides escalated diplomatic action, including expulsions of each other's ambassadors and defense buildups along the disputed region. Okay, strategic and cultural significance, that Prehvihear is a UNESCO World Heritage Site renowned for its unique that is Khmer architecture allied along north-south axis. Its location at top of cliff makes in both spiritually scared and strategically sensitive. Okay, and also the temple is status underscores historical rivalries, and also national identity and politics and colonial era border demarcation, despite ICJ's affirmative that Cambodia's sovereignty over the temple complex. Okay. And also that India's foreign policy and resistance to India has involved in preserving such heritage, right? So very important. That is international law and ICJ precedents and conservation versus conflict and geography or cultural studies perspective, very important. That is about recent news that Preahviheartemple temple, that is Thailand, Cambodia. Okay. Next is about that is recent Pacific Ocean earthquake. Okay, that is a powerful magnitude 8.8, initially assessed as 8.0 earthquake struck approximately 120 km east southeast of Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky, Russia. Okay, that is the quake occurred at a shallow depth, that is 19 to 20 km along a major subduction zone. It was the strongest in the region since 1952 and one of the largest recorded globally. Some tsunami alerts and impacts. The quake triggered tsunami warnings and advisories across the vast areas of Pacific, including Japan, Russia, Kuril Islands, Hawaii, Alaska, California, and other US West Coast regions. Actual wave height were lower than feared. Okay, very important. In Russia saw 4-meter waves, and also Japan experienced surges of about 60 centimeter. Okay, Hawaii recorded waves up to 5.7 feet, and evacuation were conducted from million across Pacific coastlines, including Japan and Hawaii, and schools shut down and flights were cancelled. Why important? Because the geological significance occurred along the Pacific Ring of Fire megathrust fault areas known as a great earthquake. Okay, magnitude is more than 8 and potential tsunamis. And also disaster management inside very important. And also the in the disaster management and also geographical hazardous perspective, very important. That is about recent tsunami and earthquake. Okay, near Russia and in Pacific Ring of Fire. Okay. Next is about recent news that is zonal cultural centers. That is in the Indian Ministry of Culture. That is the government revived the status of setting up 7 zonal cultural centers. Actually, it is an autonomous bodies and comes under the Ministry of Culture. Established 7 zonal cultural centers between 1985-86. Okay, preserve, promote, and disseminate regional folk and tribal and traditional arts across cultural zones, and they serve as cultural distribution hubs, conducting program beyond auditoriums, outreach to rural and tribal communities, documentation of endangered art forms, youth engagement, and more. Okay, very important. All that cultural zones. Okay, north zone that is Patiala, Punjab, and North Central Zone, Prayagraj, UP, West Zone, Udaipur, Rajasthan, East Zone, Kolkata, West Bengal, North Zone, Zimpur, Nagaland, and South Zone, Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu, and South Central Zone, Nagpur, Maharashtra. Okay. Some key functions that annual grants and major festivals, Rashtriya Sanskrit Mahotsav, okay, and also regional festivals, 42 annually per center celebrating folk, tribal, and endangered arts. Okay. Very important that recent development, culture, future under the vision India 2047. That is vision. Okay, emphasis on folk and tribal arts. Okay, some challenges and will be there. So exam perspective, this is very important. That is zonal cultural centers comes under Ministry of Culture. Next point that is about recent that is news regarding Britain US nuclear weapon supply. That is the United States reported transferred several B6112 thermonuclear gravity bombs to the UK for the first time since this removal from British soil in 2008. Delivery was via US Air Force C-17 transport from Kirtland AFB, New Mexico to RAF Laken Heath in Suffolk. Okay. So June 2025, the UK formally announced the procurement of 12 F-35 fighter jet capable of carrying the B6112 weapons and thus joining NATO's dual capable aircraft nuclear sharing. Okay, about the treaty amendment, UK-US mutual defense agreement and all very important. And also UK proposed that substantive amendment to the 1958 UK-US mutual defense agreement all that is important. Okay, strategical shift in UK nuclear posture and deepening nuclear dependence on the USA and implications of treaty amendment, and also bridge that on AUKUS and global nuclear policy, and also exam perspective, it is very important. Next point that is about recent news, that is about Geelong Treaty. Okay, that is actually Geelong Treaty means it's a treaty between Australia and the UK, and there is submarine pact. Okay, that is Australia Defence Minister and Deputy PM Richard Marles and the UK Defence Secretary. Okay, signed that is landmark bilateral nuclear powered submarine partnership and collaboration treaty in the Geelong Treaty. Okay, very important the treaty. So this 50-year agreement under the AUKUS, Australia and that is UK and US pillar one commits both countries to joint design, production, operation, and eventual disposal of SSN AUKUS nuclear submarines. And some key features and significance covers workforce development and also infrastructure, building regulatory regimes and industrial cooperation with submarines to build in Furnace, UK and Adelaide, Australia. The treaty allows for UK that is Astute class submarine rotational deployment at HMAS Sterling, strengthening naval interoperability. Okay, expected some economic impact, 20,000 jobs, and also $27 billion in UK export over 25 years. Strategically contest to enhance the UK-Australia wing of AUKUS, especially at a time when US reaffirmation in a flux under the America First review by the Trump administration, and also strengthens Indo-Pacific deterrence capabilities and consolidate UK alignment with regional security since 2021. That is AUKUS agreement. Okay, very important that Australia, UK, US agreement in that this treaty and all. Okay. Next, that is about a Geelong Treaty. Next is point that is about last point, that is about news acoustic monitoring technique. That is the Prime Minister praised the first ever bird the grassland bird census held in Kaziranga. Okay, Kaziranga National Park, Assam, using acoustic monitoring technique. Okay, it is that is a technique milestone. It is a biological deployed solar powered sparrow acoustic device across various nations also. Okay, so this technique will since that traditional bird survey, and also will work for small and shy and all the birds as acoustic monitoring technique. Okay, especially in that Kaziranga. And also the Kaziranga National Park and Tiger Reserve conducted its first ever that census. Okay, the survey recorded 43 grassland bird species, including critically endangered and vulnerable species such as Finsweaver, Bengal florican, marsh babbler, slender-billed babbler, and others, consisting with ecological indicators of floodplain grassland health. Okay, the technique combined field sampling with AI-based identification, offering high accuracy without disrupting wildlife even in difficult terrains. Very important, Modi's commendation in tech meets conservation. Okay, 124th episode of his monthly radio program Man Ki Baat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauded that Kaziranga AI-powered grassland bird census. Okay, very important in the science and technology part, environment part, biodiversity and ecology part. Very important. Okay, that is about last point, that is acoustic monitoring technique. That is first ever grassland bird census held in Kaziranga National Park, Assam. Okay, thank you. Support me for further videos so that I can analyze all the topics required for UPSC and all competitive exams. Thank you.